I think the 317 trying to get his machine going once again. I'm not sure what's happened with the 317, but he's doing his best to get her going. That's Ryan Craig out of Worcester, sponsored by J.D. Byrider, Collision Craft Auto Body. And behind him, number 44 is Hammer Way. That's Jeffrey Lee out of Ravenna. And doggone it, looks like the 916 of Hillbilly Mike Smith's time did run out for him to make some contact. And the 715 looks like time ran out for Chris Villers as well. Referee's keeping him pretty busy. And the number 22, Corey Mason, is also out for the count right now. Things not looking so well. We still got the 44 and the 317 trying to bust his way through. I think the 317 may just be out of contention. Hold them up, drivers. Hold them up. Hold them up. Hold them up. We got to stop the action right now. We got the red flags flying all over the track. Driver out to safety. So they are ready to turn them loose and let them go. Action is back underway right now. And a lot of vehicles falling off the grid right now, but the number 43 is running strong. Andy Larkins out of Waynesburg going back to back with the number 3M of Matt Heimball out of Hartville. He's sponsored by H.H. Quick Machine, DM Drywall, Pro One Automatic, or Pro One Automotive and Collision. You just might need some of them automotive and collision skills after tonight's Demolition Derby on that 3M machine. Number 01 is running strong. Sean Petrie out of Vanaway, sponsored by Sean Petrie Horseshoeing. Another familiar driver out here. It's been here quite a few times. We do have a lot of drivers, again, have been here quite a few years in a row. I know the driver of number 19, David McLean out of Ravenna, has been here for upwards of 30 years. Almost all consecutive, except for 1 year, but he is sponsored by McLean Home Improvements. Number 68, Ben Simmons out of Kent, sponsored by Kirky Auto Wrecking. He just took a hit in the nose from the number 83 of Jason Webb out of Atwater. And here comes Sean Petrie out of Manaway in that 01. He's still running strong. Looks like we may just be down to 5 vehicles that we see some movement out of. Oh, we do have 6. That number 45 is running as well. That's actually the number 15, Zach Kochner out of Ravenna, sponsored by Keller Williams. In the number 3M, Matt Heimball's running out of Hartville. We do have Sean Petrie in the 01. He's sponsored by Sean Petrie Horseshoeing. He's running here out of Manaway. At 83 of Jason Webb out of Atwater, running strong as well. Sponsored by Dragon Towing and Atwater Nursery. Kirky Auto Wrecking is a proud sponsor of the number 68, being driven by Ben Simmons out of Kent. And the number 15 pulling off a pretty hard hit. Hold him up, hold him up, hold him up. We do have a driver signaling he needs out of his car in a big daggone hurry. And we've got some gasoline leaking on that 01. We need a fire department if we could. We got a leaking gas tank, I believe, possibly on the 01. Township Fire Department taking care of business, and they are turning them loose and letting them run here in the later going of the mini car event. The number 43, Andy Larkins out of Waynesburg, sponsored by Miracle Automotive and TRW. And 3M just took a pretty hard hit. That was Matt Heimball out of Hartville, sponsored by HH Quick Machine, DM Drywall, and Pro One Automotive and Collision. 3M definitely starting out short, but he's definitely shortened up quite a bit more. Number 15 slowing up before the driver's door, Zach Kochner, honoring that driver's door safe zone. Definitely didn't want to hit the safety zone of Matt Heimball in the 3M. Right now, the number 83, Jason Webb, definitely fair game. He took a little bit of a hit in the nose from the 15 of Zach Kochner out of Ravenna, sponsored by Keller Williams. Oh my goodness, a 3M. Matt Heimball finding himself getting a Malachi crunch out there from both sides. Got the 83 of Jason Webb on one side and the 15 on the other. Looks like the number 68 of Ben Simmons is out of time. He was here out of Kent, sponsored by Kirky Auto Wrecking. He was on the timer. But we do have 4 vehicles left running, 4 of them for sure. And 43 of Andy Larkins out of Waynesburg, sponsored by Miracle Automotive and TRW. Here comes the number 15 into the side, Zach Kochner out of Ravenna, sponsored by Keller Williams. Uh-oh. Got to keep the excitement on the track. They're telling the 15 to back her on up, let the 3M come back in there. And the 15, Zach Kochner going back to back and bumper to bumper with the number 43 of Andy Larkins, and they're stacking them up. They got all 4 of them over there in that one end zone. The corner is definitely flying. We still got a light bulb going on the 15. Zach Kochner pulling down to the far end, and it looks like we do have Jason Webb in the 83 jockeying his machine around. He's here out of Atwater. Again, he is sponsored by Atwater Nursery and Dragon Towing. And it looks like they're starting to keep a close eye on the number 3M. Again, he's got a very small vehicle. Matt Heimball is definitely getting shorter and shorter with each and every hit. So the referee's keeping a very close eye on that 3M. You can see when he turns around, that passenger side on the rear. Oh, the 43 just sustained a pretty good hit in the side. Andy Larkins receiving a hit from Jason Webb out of Atwater, number 83. Again, they're keeping a pretty close eye on the gas tank. The referees looks like so far so good on the gas tank of the 3M. The referee's definitely watching it close. Number 15, Zach Kochner out of Ravenna, punching his way back toward the other 3 remaining vehicles that are running. Again, Matt Heimball in the 3M out of Hartville, Jason Webb in that 83. And Andy Larkins in the 43 with a breakaway. The 15's got a little bit of running room, and my goodness, Zach Kochner out of Ravenna going back to back with the number 43 of Andy Larkins out of Waynesburg. And look at him go. The number 15 is raking himself away from the pack, and he's waiting for somebody to pull into those crosshairs, and it looks like this time it's going to be Jason Webb, and there they go once again. The 15 utilizing a lot of running room. Zach Kochner out of Ravenna. Bringing her on down, and here comes the 83 to repay the favor, and they're going to stack them up 1, 2, 3 right at track central. It was brought to my attention that Matt Heimball in the 3M is now out. He is going to be in 4th place. Matt Heimball in the 3M out of Hartville, 4th place finish. Again, he's sponsored by Pro One Automotive and Collision and HH Quick Machine D&M Drywall. So congratulations to Matt Heimball in the 3M for his 4th place finish here in the mini car class. So we are down to 3 spots remaining, 3 of them remaining here in the mini car event. Andy Larkins is in the 43 out of Waynesburg, sponsored by Americo Automotive. And the 15 finding himself to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. He's sandwiched in between those other 2 automobiles, but that's Zach Kochner out of Ravenna. Nose to nose with Jason Webb in the 83 out of Atwater. Jason is sponsored by Dragon Towing and Atwater Nursery. Jason jockeying his machine around, going to start to use the rear end of that. Not before the 15 powers his way into the mix. Looks like a little bit of steam rolling out from under the hood of that 15. He's being chased down by the 43 right now. Andy Larkins deciding which way he's going to go. And once again, they are stacking them up, changing things around right now. The number 43 of Andy Larkins finding himself to be the middleman out there. And these mini cars definitely running strong considering everything they've been through. This field of upwards of 35 mini cars out here, still going strong. Quite a long heat. But I'll tell you, this is one of the largest tracks in the state. We've put on quite a few of them around the state of Ohio, and this is definitely the largest track that we do put a derby on. So you can definitely fit quite a lot of them out there. Zach Kochner in that number 15 out of Ravenna, still going strong. Again, we're going to have to decide who's going to be in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd right now. Number 43 on the receiving end of a hit. Andy Larkins out of Waynesburg getting spun sideways after Jason Webb powered a shot on the side. And I'll tell you, the 15 looks like he is continuing to get warmer and warmer. A lot of steam and smoke pouring out from underneath the hood of that 15 with each and every minute that passes. I think it's getting warmer and warmer, so we'll see how that one lasts tonight. But Zach Kochner still managing to keeping her moving and making contact, and that is the name of the game. Jason Webb in the 83 going to give one hit and receive another one from Andy Larkins on that 43. Yeah, it smells like something's definitely a bit on the warm side down there, and I would venture to wage it's probably that number 15 of Zach Kochner, but again, he's still keeping it moving up and down the track and making contact. You can see the number 43 definitely getting his rear axles bent up quite a bit. And I think Jason Webb's having a little bit of problem steering his vehicle. He's got front wheel drive, but the way that rear axle's kind of bent, it's trying to push the rear end of that vehicle around as well. But Jason's doing a pretty fine job of steering her around, making it go where it wants to. Looks like it may possibly have died out. More steam or smoke rolling out from the 15 of Zach Kochner. Right now, I'd say the number 43 definitely seems to have the upper hand. That's Andy Larkin out of Waynesburg. Sponsored by Miracle Automotive and TRW. Jason Webb on the timer right now. And I think the seconds continue to tick away for Jason Webb in the 83. And doggone it, that does look like we are down to 2, because Jason Webb's going to be finishing in 3rd place in the number 83. Jason Webb's here from Atwater, again sponsored by Dragon Towing and Atwater Nursery. And right now we do have the number 15 of Zach Kochner kind of pinned into the corner. And he's currently receiving a barrage of hits from Andy Larkins in that number 43 out of Waynesburg. And the 43 sponsored by Miracle Automotive and TRW. Referees tell him we still got the 15 on the clock. Zach Kochner still trying to refire. And a 43 pulled away. Hey, looky there. The number 15 has got her fired back up. Zach Kochner back on the move. Oh, hold him up, hold him up. Hold him up there, 15. I believe you got a fire raging up under the hood of that thing. The referees see quite a glow coming out from under it. Gonna make sure, but put your hands together. The 15, Zach Kochner, got her refired. That thing's been warm for quite some time. But it looks like he is going to settle for the 2nd place finish tonight, I do believe. So again, Zach Kochner out of Ravenna, sponsored by Keller Williams, in 2nd place, which means your winner in that number 43 is Andy Larkins out of Waynesburg, sponsored by Miracle Automotive and TRW. There goes the checkered flag again. Andy Larkins in the 43, way out of Waynesburg. 1st place finisher. 2nd place, Zach Kochner in the 15 out of Ravenna, sponsored by Keller Williams. 3rd place, Jason Webb out of Atwater in the number 83, sponsored by Dragon Towing and Atwater Nursery. And finally, the 3M, driven by Matt Heimball out of Hartville, sponsored by HH Quick Machine, DM Drywall, and Pro One Automotive and Collision.